Welcome back to Every Pokémon Ever. Yes, I'm sorry in advance, really, but it's true. Pokémon Stadium 2, the sequel to that awful game, has been in the back of our minds for weeks, and today we've mustered up enough strength to finally take a look at it. Nobody wants this.
Is it here yet?
Nope.
Is it here yet?
No.
Is it here yet?
No.
Well,
Is
except
it here
maybe
yet?
that kid. To recap Pokémon Stadium 1, we conquered absolutely diabolical computer trainers to best of several categories and claim our trophies, even taking on gym leaders and winning my special Pikachu the chance to learn the move Surf. That was fun. I have dissed that game so many times, and while the chances of me playing a sequel are unlikely, here we are. Stadium 2, while less important to the overall history of the Pokémon franchise, does come with some unique features and, of course, an all-new Johto roster. Why is Chikorita laying down? Is she really that unimportant? Like the first game, it also makes use of the N64 Transfer Pack, a peripheral that allows your Game Boy titles to be imported into the game, and now has compatibility with Gold, Silver, and Crystal. It's time to find out what's new in Pokémon Stadium 2. I am so not looking forward to this. Here you'll see all of the Game Boy titles available via Transfer Pack, and it makes a big deal about the enhancements of the N64 expansion pack, although it's not required to enjoy this, treasure of a game. On the main menu, we'll find a few options. Battle Now, for those of us who just can't wait to jump on in here, will pit us against Cal, the Pokemon trainer wannabe we battled in the Viridian City Trainer House on our journey.
Here's the first move. Straight hit.
But I don't want to waste time on practice battles. We have so much actual game to play.
Yes, it's a hit.
Event Battle lets you face off against a second player by connecting your transfer pack, basically providing a way to have a 3D game battle on the big screen. Similarly, Free Battle lets you set your own custom rules. Awesome. Here's a fun Easter egg for you. If you don't press any buttons on the option menu for 2 minutes, a random Xatu will pop up and start flapping around. And then there's Mystery Gift, which is amazing to see here. We meet up with Carrie, the little girl who taught us all about mystery gifting in the Goldenrod department store, where by connecting 2 Game Boy infrared ports you could get a daily mystery item for free. Well, Carrie provides a mystery gift service here via the transfer pack as well, giving us a second chance per day to get some rare and exciting swag. What? Another N64?
Yes. Oh, wow, that was fast. Thanks. Where am I gonna put this?
This limited edition Pikachu N64 is pretty awesome. The giant Pikachu on the side and the orange color scheme are absolutely perfect. And last but not least, of course, is the portal to White City, the main hub of Pokémon Stadium. Oh, the Poké Gear. I don't even want to think about that thing. In the village here, we can see a few travel destinations. Let's start where we should with any new adventure, the Pokémon Lab. The Stadium Lab is run by our old pal Professor Oak, who now has a database for all 251 Pokémon. You're welcome. Yep, even Celebi. Hip with the times, that guy. If we log into the PC, we can find a new and improved interface where we can organize Pokémon and items to our heart's content. I love this because now I can readjust my boxes to match the Pokédex list, and better keep track of all of these guys. Yeah, I finally found my Ditto after it escaped from the breeders. Don't ask. You can also collect your mystery gift items here and drop them into your game. Next, we can check out the Desktop Pokédex, which showcases 3D models for all of my caught Pokémon. Just looking at this Mew is still insane. Thanks, Coincase Glitch. And that's not all. The Unknown Dex is also fully intact, with their Arceus given names included. Takes me back to our Unknown ABCs. Fun times. It doesn't stop there though. You can view your Pokemon in 3D and move them around. Whoa! And also see their known locations. It even has GB mode and 3D mode combined. Huh, this map is so cool. Other than that, there's a machine for switching game packs, and a machine that allows trading between 2 transfer packs. The only perk to doing it in Stadium is that you can see a special evolution cutscene for trade evolutions. Yeah, neat. Back out on the town, we also have a fully rendered 3D model of our Johto room. Decorating my room is an area I've been severely lacking in, but most room decorations can be acquired through Mystery Gift, and you can change them up here. Your mom also may have bought some of these items if you told her to save money throughout your adventure.
Wait, Mom? What? You spent how much on a Jigglypuff doll?
And then we move over to the Pokemon Academy. This quote, school, will teach you all of the basic information about playing this game, but it also has some special classes you can attend, taught by the most eccentric man I've ever met in my life. And I did the Imakuni thing.
I welcome you all to the Pokemon Academy.
We should take a stab at this Pokemon school to earn its prestigious degree. After all, we already graduated from Tamamushi University a couple years ago. Might as well add to my academic professionalism. In case I get fired from this gig, the library has extensive research on items, Pokemon, type matchups, and even eggs. I love seeing some of the more exotic items here, such as the fabled Goldberry we found in that hidden room in the ruins of Elf. And then there's the classroom. This is where you will battle and take tests to prove your aptitude for learning. Much like a real college lecture, the Pokemon lectures here drag on forever and describe in detail the battle process. I'm definitely not falling asleep here. I'm wide awake! Come on. Anyway, after you read a mountain of literature, you have the option to take a 10-question quiz which will make sure you paid attention to every minute detail. And I mean, every detail. Some of these questions are frustratingly worded. Time to grade my wisdom. See? I knew I was smart! And then the grand finale, you'll have to beat one-on-one battles to prove you can effectively use all of the skills you just learned. There are 3 correct choices from the available rental Pokemon, so try your best to select your team carefully.
A flame wheel. That's it. There it is. Knockout.
Temper Cole is a wuss! Every battle defeat earns you a star if you chose the correct type matchups. The battles themselves may prove a challenge every now and then, causing you to think of different strategies to combat evasiveness, special attacks, and conditions. But if you pass all the skill tests, you will be awarded a Pichu Medal and get to move on to the Gym Leader class. This raises the difficulty slightly, but it's still pretty straightforward, especially with a guide. Oh, I mean, don't cheat, kids. It's not a good look. After another round of battles, I get a Pikachu medal and am prepared for the final test, the Elite Four class. If anything can be said about Earl's Pokemon Academy, it's that it is an entertaining way to make learning interesting. And it was fun to see some of the odder trainer classes, like Jugglers and Kimono Girls. Okay, now that I'm a learned man, let's peek down here. Like the first game, we have the GB Tower, now upgraded to handle Gold, Silver, and Crystal. And Pokemon Green? For some reason? That's weird. While all games are playable, you can once again unlock some speed upgrades. The Doduo and Dodrio Game Boy modes are unlocked for Gen 1 games only if you defeat the Gym Leader Castle in the Stadium Cups. It doesn't matter in what order you defeat them in. One task here will unlock the Doduo Game Boy, allowing 2 times gameplay speed, and the other task will unleash the Dodrio Game Boy with a whopping 4 times speed. However, if you caught that, I said Gen 1 only. That's because the Gen 2 games only get their speed upgrades much later. But wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Stadium Cups? Gym Leader Castle? These sound fairly simple, but beating them isn't as easy as winning a couple rounds of Pokémon Stadium. This mounting task of doom will eat away to your very core. It will break your spirits 1,000 times over and then spit you out, feeling like a shell of the human you used to be. But if we're to call ourselves a Pokémon Master, we must once again rise to the occasion. Before you take on anything in this game, I would highly recommend using your own team of carefully curated Pokémon. The rental Pokémon in this game, while expressively laid out in the player's guide, well, they suck. Any Pokemon you bring over from your own collection will be leaps and bounds better off than the sorry lot of loser Pokemon. So do yourself a favor and plug in your transfer pack. I, of course, after exploring the coin case glitch, was able to elevate my entire living dex to a point of perfection. So I'll be getting some help from my own personal reserves. Let's start off with some classic Stadium. The first cup we'll take a look at is the Little Cup. As the name implies, this Stadium event will include Pokemon at level 5, causing some ridiculous strategy to be needed to win. Oh, Ted Lewis, sorry buddy, love your work, but I gotta turn you off. I can hardly hear myself think. Forgive me. Abra is a strong choice for its psychic abilities, as well as Chinchou for the dual typing and Phanpy for its cuteness. Anyway, this is more of the same basic battle scenarios, and there's nothing really to note except for you should hope that the RNG is on your side, because it still sucks in this game as much as the last game. Also, there's a female swimmer named Cora. Yeah, so by besting 8 battles, you can earn yourself the coveted Little Cup. Yay. Then we move on to the meat of this game, the Poké Cup. I hate this franchise. Have I ever mentioned that before? The Poké Cup comes in 4 varieties for each mainline Pokéball, and they get more challenging as you progress. Each ball cup starting at Pokéball and ending at Master have 8 trainers that you must defeat, and your allowed continues are limited, making it even more fun. The Pokemon here can be level 50 to 55, and you better be ready for some of the surprising movesets along the way. Also, no legendary Pokemon allowed, so a strong-driven team with the likes of Skarmory, Kingdra, Misdreavus, and Kadabra should prove fruitful choices to your journey here. After 32 insane battles and hours of torture, we finally get all 4 of the Poké Cup trophies. If you thought the Poké Cup was fun, wait till you get a load of the Challenge Cup. It's the same thing, except the Pokemon are at level 30, and you have to use a predetermined rental team to fight your opponents. It's basically an evolution of the Pokemon Academy battles. Great. The Prime Cup. The crop of the crop. The cream of the... what? Anyway, this is where the best of the best gather their prime Pokemon for no-bar battles to the end. Pokemon here will be at level 100, and you should definitely use your own Pokemon from the game if possible, because you'll need your own personal stats and attacks now more than ever. Grueling is the only word to describe this jaunt. Mess up one time, you start over. Fall asleep after hours of battling, you start over. If you even blink one time, you're starting over. If by some miracle you make it through all 8 of these elite trainers, you can win the Prime Cup trophy. And now we're done, right? I wish. Oh hey, we unlocked the Doduo Game Boy we talked about, so that's cool. Anyway, hiding over here we have the ominous Gym Leader Castle. Ooh. Of course, our first challenge will be to take on Faulkner. Wait, were you expecting me to play that song by 90s alt band EMF and say, "What the Falk?" Fine. I just don't want to seem like I'm beating a dead horse here. What the Falk? Our first bout will be against Birdkeeper Matt, better than Birdkeeper Toby. I didn't cheat. Anyway, for our team setup, we'll of course want to pack an electric powerhouse team to sweep Matt and Faulkner away. Electabuzz and Aerodactyl can do this themselves. No problem at all. beating a gym leader unlocks the next one. The Azalea gym is just as you'd expect, with Bugsy packing a gaggle of bug-type Pokemon. Charizard should do very well here, with the exception of one Pupitar that could cause a tiny snag, so be sure to bring a water type along as well. Whitney's gym is full of beauties, and that includes you, baby. Tyranitar and Skarmory shine here with their rock and flying attacks respectively. Speaking of shine, a shiny Poliwag? Morty's crew includes a plethora of ghost and poison types, so Alakazam's psychic abilities would be a great plan. Morty is tagging along with Sudowoodo and Marowak as well, so have a water type ready. Chuck can be swept with flying attacks. Not much to say about him. What is with the mural of the big shirtless man? For the Olivine gym, we just have Jasmine to defeat. Alone, just like I found her in the game. I still feel bad for leaving her there, in that rock cave. Her steel types can be combated with a strong fire type like Magmar, but also have an electric type ready for her Mantine. That Steelix is a piece of work. After defeating Jasmine, we're interrupted by Team Rocket. Time to use an all-star team. At the end, we fight Rocket Executive Ariana, who we defeated in the Johto region. Wait, those eyes. I swear, she looks like... Oh, never mind. And beyond her is the final Rocket Executive Archer, who isn't messing around. I have to mention that he has a Wobbuffet named Wabu Fap, and if you defeat it, Archer says he's, quote, rubbed out? How lonely were the English translators? Oh man. Okay. I don't know if I can focus for the rest of this. Okay, so now we make it to Price's gym. There's a boarder and a skier here, aka people who really liked 1080-degree snowboarding. And then the old guy himself, who can be put at bay with a mighty Electabuzz. Claire actually proves a challenge. Her second-in-command Cool Trainer Vince having one of every starter. You'll want a strong Earthquake to take down the brunt of her team, rounding out with a Water type for her nasty Rhydon. Then we arrive at the Elite Four. Our old pal Will starts us off. I should probably give him a call, wonder how he's doing. But our team has to carry us through all 4 Elite Four members, and then Lance. So choose a well-varied dual-type super team and wish for the best. This will require a level of luck, as most of this game does, because the RNG sucks. Oh, Karen. Hello there. Been a while. Lance will bust out a Tyranitar, but if you make it through, you will become the Johto champion. Unfortunately, this doesn't mean our adventure is over. We now unlock the Kanto Gym Leader Castle. Why? Okay. The Kanto leaders are mostly straightforward to their typing. Mostly. Lieutenant Surge got glasses now, and can be taken down by ground types. We can use dark types to stop Sabrina from entering my mind. Likewise, Misty can be bested by electric types, but have a flying type along for her potential sun flare. A good flying type like Firo can pummel Erica into the ground. And Kadabra's psychic powers will cure Janine's furious poison attacks. Aerodactyl can simmer Blaine down. And for Brock, the book recommends Bayleaf. Huh? Bayleaf? Surely any grass type will do. Bayleaf. And then we come to the final gym leader, Blue, aka Brandon. And he's packing quite a punch. Using his award-winning champion team, there's not much I can say other than be ready. The final battle is none other than myself. Luckily, my team is a little more forgiving than we experienced back in the day, with mid-grade Johto secondary forms and a nasty Scizor. Wobbuffet's counterattack and Golem's Earthquake can take out this powerful team. After we beat the Gym Leader Castle once and for all, we get our Dodrio Game Boy unlocked. And with all of that completed, we're finally done with the game, right? Right? Please? Wait, what's that? Oh my god, what? No. This game also included Brandon's depressed emo persona, hiding out in a cave. That guy in caves, I swear, he is the true final boss of the game. Putting Brandon's depressed and non-depressed forms in the same game? I can handle that. But why did they make his team severely OP here? Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, and Lugia? You kidding me right now? Beggars can't be choosers. Come on. Wow, what about? Now we get the credit roll.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Hey, my old trusty Pikachu versus Brandon's Eevee. That brings back memories. So we're done, right? This has to be it! Oh? Just like the Stadium days, where we received a special gift Pokemon and a crazy Amnesia Psyduck for completing the game. This game offers a Baton Pass Farfetch'd. Why would you want a Farfetch'd that knows Baton Pass? I have no idea! And that's the final rundown of Pokémon Stadium 2. Thanks for joining me, and remember... Damn it. The most unwelcome feature is Round 2 mode, where it's the same game, but everything's just a little harder. Why would you want this? You don't. Okay, we need to take a break. Just like Disneyland, you can't ride all the rides in one fell swoop. You need some time to eat a churro and breathe. I know the perfect spot to relax a little bit. Minigame Land. Thank God, there's no Clefairy memory game in sight. But just like all good games, you have to find some people to play with. Who to call? Haven't talked to Sarah in years. I need to find out where she went. Birdkeeper Toby thinks I'm a cheater. Michael Hagney despises me. There's Will, who gained psychic powers and grew purple hair. Oh, Karen.
Hey, Karen. How's it going? I had a quick question for you. You know, if you just ignore the restraining order...
I realized at this moment that I haven't made many friends along my journey. The lonely life of a Pokemon master. Like a lone wolf.
So, if that's something that you'd want to do, you know, if you want to come play with me... not play with me per se, I mean play stadium minigames. Never mind.
Okay, I promised to never do this again, but my last few ideas are the Professor Boys or my mom, and I'm not that desperate.
Wait, what? What? Hey, you're wearing the shirt we got at the Ruins of Alph gift shop. Yeah. Hey, buddy. I had a question for you. When are you coming from? I just did the coin case glitch, and then this watch started humming, so I touched it. And now I'm here. Of course. So you've seen all 251 Pokemon, so you'll do. I'll do? For what, exactly? No! Come on, Magic Portal! Take me home! Hey, whoa, take it easy. It's just minigames. Not the Clefairy minigame, right? No, not the Clefairy one. Oh. Okay. Now we're talking.
I caved in and gave Will a ring, who had been waiting by the phone for 2 years for me to call him. Poor guy. Then Brandon came through, and for 3P and 4P, we have me. And also, me. Again. Let's get this party started with a game called Gutsy Golbat. In this game, you have to steer your Golbat through a dark cave and collect hearts. What are these names? What the? Golbony? You can knock your opponents around into Magnemite, which will cause you to lose hearts. This game looks very, very similar to the E-Reader's Night Flight, doesn't it? Anyway, let's see who can flutter around the best. So that's where those hearts are coming from. Ugh. Brandon scrapes through with a victory. Dang it. Now this is more like it. Topsy-Turvy has you playing as Hitmontop, and your goal is to knock each other out of the ring. Let's go. Come on, knock him out! Why are we all just standing around? Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. The Clear Cut Challenge sees your pincer or scyther trying to cut a falling log as close to the white line as possible. This ought to be good. Gee, this is hard. Brandon got a clear cut? Nice. Wow, Brandon, really? Good for you. For its Frolic is loosely based on soccer, where you try to lob balls into your goal to score points. The bigger the ball, the bigger the points. I can't help but notice that 4P over here isn't doing much.
You have to click the button. I am clicking it. Ah!
Will is the clear winner here.
Yes! Let's go!
Okay. Barrier ball is like four-way Pong, something people fantasized about in the 70s. Now you use 4 Mr. Mimes to smack the ball, trying to curve it into the opposing goals. Whichever clown-faced goalie blocks and shoots the most goals wins the match. Brandon and I are all tied up. Story of our lives. Pichu's Power Plant is a fun little game where you press A or B as rapidly as possible to zap one of the 4 directional light bulbs. If you click the wrong direction or the wrong button, Pichu will take a pause, so using the right motion is key to filling your power bar first. You barely won, Brandon. And you...
You disappoint me.
Yeehaw, partners! It's time for Rampage Rollout. These prized Dawn fan are tasked with running a dirt track. Just like NASCAR, sticking to the inner ring would be a viable idea, except these Dawn fan can kick up a dust tornado every time you see this spur icon. Your tornado only affects the other players, so strategy and timing and placing them can change the outcome of this race drastically. Where are you going, Dawn fan? Come on! Yeah, we did it! Streaming Stampede is way different than it sounds. Huffa and Igglybuff are taking part in a counting game show where you're told a Pokemon to count and click A every time you see one. It can be pretty hard to keep track of everything once the Pokemon start rolling in, so let's focus. Okay, Doduo. We know those guys are fast. And now we need to count all the Pokemon. Those Diglett and Dugtrio at the beginning. Shoot. Could be anyone's game here. Ah, close again. In Tumbling Togepi? Wait a minute. We have a little bit of experience with that, don't we? You're rolling a Togepi through an obstacle course. Just like Mario Kart, you'll want to aim for the boost arrows, but watch out for the logs and grass. You'll also find Digletts and boulders popping up in your way near the end. The first to reach the finish line wins. Another victory!
Come on.
Merry Christmas! It's only October, but hey, we can get shopping a little early. Delibird is in the toy factory, and his job is to gather as many gifts as possible and deliver them to the conveyor belt on the other side. The only downfall is that Swinub use this hallway to run back and forth, and if they hit you, they'll drop all of your gifts. Different gifts do have different values as well, the diamond ring being the most exotic. Sorry, Game Boy.
Come on, Delibird, get that diamond ring. Who's the ring for? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Karen? Ooh. Haha, got one, finally.
In Egg Emergency, Chansey is outside of a French bistro and must catch 100 eggs that are falling into the canal below. Whoever's throwing eggs is also throwing some Voltorb down, and if you accidentally catch them instead, you'll be shocked and lose some eggs. This can really speed up. Oh no. I really could have used more practice here. I have nothing to say about this. Eager Eevee is one of those fun games. An Apom is hoarding something under his bucket, and your goal is to press A and dash at whatever it is as soon as the bucket lifts. Not only will Apom fake you out, causing you to hit the side of the bucket and stop for a second, but your opponents can press B to do a fake feint attack and psych you out as well. Also, a Pineco can be hiding under the bucket, which will explode you and cause you to sit out for one whole turn. The person with the most fruits at the end wins. Will came through on the bucket game. So, after tallying all of the points, the judges have unanimously decided that Brandon is the winner? That's not fair.
Get out of my house. That's embarrassing. Well, I'm gonna go now. Oh wait, before you do, take this with you. Oh, You want me to practice? Yeah. So that maybe in another timeline, you or I can actually win. Wow, you are. I mean, we are. So smart. Alright, well, I'll see you. I'll see you later. Whoa, wait, hold on. You don't remember where you put that thing, do you? No, because I still have it. I think I need it again. You know what? Here. But won't this break the rules of time travel? Unless... Okay, I take this. You take Stadium too. When you're done practicing, stick it in the drawer down there. I never look down there anyway. And then... Oh, yeah, will do. Later, champ. It worked!
I don't know if that was a stress-free intermission, but I guess Brandon got his victory. There are still some hidden mechanics in these minigames that most people don't know about. If you have a Scizor in your party in Gold, Silver, or Crystal, you can use a Scizor in the Clear Cut game instead of Cypher or Pinsir. The same applies to Furret's Frolic, where it becomes... Girafarig's Frolic? Why is he popping up like that? Yeah, that one's weird. Huh. You can also control an Omanite for Tumbling Togepi if you have one. And then, if you put in Pokemon Yellow version... Just a sec. There we go. You can play as the electric mascot in Pichu's Power minigame. And that's basically all for the minigames. You can play a champion mode where you play random minigames to try and earn tokens before your opponents. This puts a fun spin on things, but is mainly luck-driven. If you happen to beat champion mode against 3 computers in hard mode and earn a total of 7 tokens, you can unlock a secret very hard mode, which takes things to the extreme. Whoa, that's hard. Very hard. Any coins won during the minigame championship will transfer to your coin case if your game's plugged in. And legend has it that Friendship Evo Pokemon used, like Eevee or Pichu, will gain a ton of friendship points from winning. But I don't know how true that is. And the last mode here is the quiz mode, which will ask you several Pokemon-based questions in a time limit. The more you can answer correctly, the higher your score will be. The simpler quizzes are basic, like which Pokemon is blue, or who has long ears. But the hard one will ask you some pretty detailed questions. Ha! Score! Anyway, that concludes our look at Minigame Village. Or it would, except for one more thing. We need to take a look at
Pokémon Stadium Gold and Silver, Japanese edition.
Yeah, this game is actually Pokémon Stadium 3, or Gold and Silver in Japan, because they had a predecessor to the original Pokémon Stadium that we in the West have dubbed Pokémon Stadium 0. A little backstory. In early 1998, Pokémon Stadium was actually set to be a launch title for the doomed N64 DD console add-on, which reminds me of a certain other console add-on. The N64 DD eventually would meet a greater demise than Nintendo's other console bomb that literally made people go blind. This original game would have included a Pokemon storage system for you to save your Pokemon over to disk from your Game Boy. Since the N64 DD delayed its schedule, Nintendo had to put something out for the budding Pokemon events, and they released the original Pokemon Stadium game, with only 40 playable Pokemon and hardly any of the content of Japan's Pokémon Stadium 2, which is the game you probably know as Pokémon Stadium 1, which would release in 1999 and allow people to finally realize their full collection of creatures in 3D. Yeah, anyway, all that aside, Pokémon Stadium GS had something that Pokémon Stadium 2 didn't, and that was connectivity with the mobile adapter GB. Yeah, we covered this peripheral extensively, but there's one more option we chose to pass over on our Japan Pokemon Crystal jaunt, and that was the Mobile Stadium. First, we need to unlock the secret menu in Stadium GS by using a transfer pack with a copy of Pokemon Crystal that is interacted with the mobile adapter. This will cause the Mobile Stadium option to appear on the main menu. Ooh, that unknown right there is beaming himself to the internet. In this section, you could download video footage for a fee and have it broadcast from your Game Boy to the Mobile Stadium menu in Pokémon Stadium GS. Some of these downloads were lessons in battling mechanics, and some were straight up reenactments of actual World Tournament battles. You could also download any save battles from friends that are currently on your Crystal cartridge. Not only that, but you could battle your friends in Pokémon Stadium GS online. Well, sort of. Don't get excited. You can't actually battle your friends in real time, but rather the mobile adapter can beam the data of any stored friends you've battled using it on your Crystal cartridge, so you can face off against them in Pokémon Stadium GS with their personal teams, attacks, and nicknames. Granted, it's still a computer-controlled opponent. This is pretty neat. And while all of that is very appealing, it didn't offer much extra, especially with the service costing money. But one more oddity was pretty interesting. In Pokémon Stadium GS's version of Delibird Delivery, a glitch can take place which replaces the Game Boy and Pikachu N64 with the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo GameCube respectively. Data in the game shows that these items were actually meant to be special downloads for the mobile adapter, only appearing with a compatible Crystal cart, but somehow they accidentally show up on every normal copy of the game. The coding of the game also shows several deleted items for this minigame in particular, from baseball gear to an old toy PC to an Ash Ketchum doll? Nobody wants that! And while we're on the tangent of Pokémon Stadium 2 facts, you might recall we talked about the launch event of this game that saw female boxing legends Layla Ali and Jackie Frazier squaring off in some Stadium 2 minigames for charity. I now sympathize with them for going through that. But the fun didn't stop there. Pokémon Stadium's online site was updated to include several fun facts about the game, from a full gallery to a blatant promotion for the player's guide. See? Not cheating! The site also included an interesting page linked in the Earl's Pokémon Academy section tied to Celebi. If you remember, Celebi was linked to one of three places at the time. Either the Mobile Adapter GS Ball event for Japanese players, the several in-person Nintendo giveaways through the Celebi machine, or the very, very few Pokemon Center New York distributions had via the Gotta Catch 'em All station. Basically, literally no one had a Celebi, yet they included an entire teaser page for the Pokemon here. It makes me wonder if they had more events planned around the Pokemon Forever movie before running out of time, because they seem to really want you interested here. There was also a tie-in event with Kids WB called Pokémon Read-a-rama, which tried to promote reading in schools. The school that registered the most points for the contest would be given a special prize, and teachers could access and print out several forms, from book tallies to certificates, to get kids interested. I got my share from the event, and can't wait to dive in. Okay, unfortunately, that's about all we can sidetrack for now. It's time to jump right back into the actual stadium mean with round 2. Let's go. This time around, I'm just gonna chime in with the general tidbit because we don't have all day to spend talking about this game. Little Cup is more of the same level 5 nonsense, but this time there are more status-affecting attacks. Be prepared for them by choosing a strong team that can attack quick, with the likes of Charmander and Thampy coming in clutch once again. As for the Pokeball Cups, the guide even lets us know that the trainers will be using more status-heavy combos with their attacks, and to combat this we should stay up all night studying in the Pokemon Academy. Let me say, I did that, and I don't even feel prepared. Remember, each Pokeball Cup has 8 trainers to beat, and they are ruthless. A strong varied core team is necessary, like this recommended one here that includes Starmie, Jumpluff, and Hitmonlee. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy sir! You may wind up in the gutter. Eventually you'll want to mix it up with Electabuzz, Tyranitar, and even Charizard for their power-heavy attacks. You probably cannot win with only rentals. Keep that in mind once again, so have your game card and transfer pack ready if you want a chance at defeating the Master Ball division. Round 2's Challenge Cup is mostly the same riffraff, just a little more challenging. And then we come to the grand finale, the Prime Cup. Say a little prayer and wish for the best. You will lose. You will cry. I sure did. But with a power team of Pokemon and a little luck, you can make it to the final battle with Cool Trainer Marty, who has... What? This man has a Celebi, the only official way to see it in the game unless you were one of the few to attend those events we mentioned. That's insane! Hey, do you have a mobile adapter, GB? Hello there, fellow retro peripheral owner. Nice to meet your acquaintance. Anywho, let's crush him to the dirt with our Heracross's Mega Horn. Whoa! Whew! What a task that was! This actually took me months to complete. I've been recording this episode for the entire year since our Johto journey came to a close, so don't feel bad if you don't make it this far. We get the Doduo Game Boy update to include Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and can now play those games at double speed.
Oh no, the screen's turning sepia.
Well, one thing left to do, ladies and gents. Gym Leader Castle, Round 2. I'll share a few tidbits here on the rematches with the gym leaders who get a little extra this time around, but let's blast through this thing. Falkner gets a bit more tricky this time, so we may want to bring a dual electric water combo. Lantern anyone? To take down the ground flying Gligar. Wait. Falkner has a Zapdos? That's probably the most unrealistic part of this game. I had to bend over backwards and sell my soul to the coin case devil to get a Zapdos. But the guy whose pride and joy was a level 9 Pidgeotto has a Zapdos? What a horrible oversight. But you'll see that this isn't the only crazy thing this game does. A Charizard can still carry you through the Azalea Gym pretty well, but then you land on Bugsy, who has a Quagsire and Sudowoodo. A strong grass type like Exeggutor can help you bust through. Whitney's normal type team is less normal this time, including the likes of Golduck, Donphan, and Mr. Mime. The guide recommends bringing along a Parasect for its powerful Giga Drain, and also Murkrow. Its dark powers can put Mimey in his place. Houndoom will help you out on your quest to defeat Morty, but you also want to bring along a strong electric type, like Electabuzz again, because there are a surprising number of water Pokemon in this round 2 lineup. I hate to say this, trust me, I hate to say this, but Jinx is a strong option for your battle with Chuck, because her dual ice psychic powers will come in handy for some of the hidden Pokemon like Arbok and Dragonair. While technically the Steel-type gym leader, Jasmine only has 2 half-Steel types this time around, so be prepared for the strong water types, Blastoise and Slowbro, as well as the surprise Rapidash. Team Rocket returns. Prepare for trouble, and make that double, because they're packing Kabutops, Magcargo, and Vileplume that'll be ready to take you down. You'll want a wide variety, as you're about to encounter every combo type you possibly can, so stack your team with some dual types to be ready. Price has an Articuno in round 2. See? This, I believe. Falkner's Zapdos? No way! But Price could have an Articuno. I'll buy that. You'll want some strong grass types as well as Scissor's Metal Claw to lay down the Articuno. How do you take down a dragon? With more dragons! But don't get too excited because Claire only boasts her novel Kingdra here, replacing the rest of her team with a band of chunky ground types and a Charizard who is a dragon? I think? I don't know. Anyway, you'll want to bring a strong electric Pokemon to combat her water types, like Voltorb, and tag along a Gyarados for the other half of her team. The Elite Four is more powerful than ever before, so bring some backup from a well-varied team. The attack Destiny Bond, found on Wobbuffet and Haunter, can have powerful implications in taking the enemy's Pokemon out with you. And once you reach the Kanto Crew, well, nothing makes sense anymore. More so than usual. All of the leaders only have a couple of Pokemon to match their native types at best. Like, Lieutenant Surge has a freaking Quagsire. What? The dual typing of Kingdra and Exeggutor can help ease the pain. Even Blissey has a surprising energy to boot Misty out of the pool with her Thunder attack. And use a fire dual type like Houndoom to save some HP from Blaine's Fire Fury. Fighting fire with fire! Brandon and I got a complete team revamp as well. His now including Miltank? Trying to be Whitney over there, eh? And mine including those dang legendary beasts and a nasty Dragonite. Get the Blue Boy combo of Quagsire and Wobbuffet in there for some great defense. But one final challenge remains. Yeah, you guessed it. Depressed Brandon is back with the exact same team as before, but he'll be very unforgiving. There's no getting around it. Have a plan for every Pokemon, and you might survive. Sorry. Fight back with some pretty cool birds of your own. Zapdos for Lugia, Aerodactyl for Ho-Oh, and I don't frickin' know for Mewtwo, and maybe, just maybe, you can put this cave-dwelling personality in his place once and for all. So what do you get for beating the hardest challenge in Pokemon history? Well... Oh. I mean... Okay, so... A Gligar with Earthquake? Wait, are you serious? That's all I get for beating this awful game? Hours of my life wasted just to get a Gligar with an attack I could teach it with my coin case. I am never, ever, ever playing the Pokemon Stadium franchise again. Ever. I don't care if there's a Pokemon Stadium 3. It's not going to happen. That will be the game to break me from this quest I'm on. Mark my words. And I'm putting you, and you, and you, and especially you, where you belong. Thanks for watching, Pokemon fans. I'm sorry that that's what we got out of this game. While it had its moments, you do not need to beat this game. Ever. Just don't do it. That's all, folks. Remember to stay awesome, and I'll see you next time. You know, I have a few room decorations, but I sure don't have them all. Maybe we do need to take one last ride.